All right, with COVID-19, we haven't been able to hug people like we did before. I know it's just kind of something we've all felt, right?
Sure.
And then for some people, they've been waiting a year to hug grandma and grandpa. So you can understand why moments like this are a big deal.
Oh.
This is a 3-year-old boy who ran into the arms of his 71-year-old grandmother, Jean Chavala, who recently finished getting her coronavirus vaccine.
Oh, so cute.
Prior to that moment, the last time she saw him in person was 15 months ago at Christmas.
Oh.
Yeah. So obviously this was a big deal for their family, and the chance to, you can watch it one more time right there.
Yeah, so cute.
Yeah.
Sure, he's a lot heavier than last time she picked him up.
Yeah, well, not probably because of her cooking. Like, that's one of the things he missed the most, is that he didn't get a chance to eat grandma's scrambled eggs.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, you know, the other thing, too, is that, you know, these kids, especially the smaller ones, have had to adapt to FaceTime. And I got to tell you, with a 3-year-old who's been primarily in the 2-year range during COVID, it is difficult to keep them occupied during a FaceTime. So, you know, this is good news for all those grandparents out there.
Right, right. Yeah. So that, I mean, that is definitely one way I think lots of people are going to celebrate when all of us, this is safer, lots of vaccines, family gatherings. But one group of people celebrated with a piñata. I think they win. The Westminster Canterbury Senior Living Community, this is Virginia Beach, they celebrated getting 99% vaccination rate by swinging at this virus-shaped piñata after everyone got their vaccine. Is that hilarious?
Well, that's what you got to do, you know? It's a big moment.
It is a big moment, and I just love that they were like, let's do a piñata. So there's obviously candy inside, but there's also a little alcohol, plus some hand sanitizer alcohol, plus some like lip balm, I guess. So there's like, you know, fun stuff inside the piñata. So fun.
It's not a kid's piñata, you know?
No.
It's like, we've got some whiskey in here for you.
Shots, shots, shots. That's right, yeah.
Hopefully the bottles were plastic. You know?
Oh, I would hope so.
I'm sure. The little mini ones.
All right, let's stick with some positive news here. A new truck helped a food bank in Florida hand out some fresh produce at a mobile pantry yesterday. So it's one of those moments where, of course, we all, like, with the pandemic, some people have been really needing some food, and so there was a truck that got donated to this food bank and finally helped these people get the food that they needed.
Great.
Cool.
Simple, easy, but they were able to distribute 96 million meals, double a typical year with that food bank.
That's incredible. 96 million.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Excellent.
So cool. Okay, it's baby birthday time. We've got a fun one. This is Amy. Amy turns 51 today, and Amy is a little bit of a member of the family, too. She's actually our producer, Josh's girlfriend's mom.
Okay.
All right.
Amy, happy birthday.
She's got a great little baby picture.
I know.
Oh,
Yep.
Little
all
pink
bright-eyed
dress.
right
She's
there,
ready
for life.
Little
So
ribbon.
cute.
Oh, yeah.
There, happy birthday.
I love it. Happy birthday, Amy. We love celebrating with your family. Email us news@abc4.com. A photo, a little tidbit about someone. We'd love to shout them out on air.
Great. And you know what? We're doing a shout out to our snow out there because we have some, especially across southern Utah. You're going to pick up several inches for places like Bryan Head and Eagle Point, even though Eagle Point's got to wait one more day to be open. But 49 in St. George, 45 Salt Lake, 39 Price. So we're going to be chilly today throughout the entire region. This has been a more or less broken record. St. George, you're going to continue to stay unsettled. Rain-snow mix here to start off the day today. Tomorrow, but then showers in the afternoon hours, and then rain, snow, possibly Saturday morning. It's a kind of a crazy week. These areas of low pressure just continue to just eject moisture into the region, and the same thing goes for the Wasatch Front. Scattered snow showers today, scattered rain showers and rain snow showers tomorrow, maybe lingering into Saturday. Finally drying it out for a couple of days, warming up a little bit as well, Sunday into Monday. We still have 2 incidents here across northern Utah. They both are pretty much wrapping things up, though, as we head actually back down to southern Utah, because there has been a little bit of some slow and go across I-15. They finally just dropped the incident here near the Colib Canyon entrance and exit at about exit 40 there, but you know, things are still a little bit on the slow side here going from St. George to Cedar City, but now going back the other way, wow, drive times have gone up in the last 15 minutes to 57 minutes both ways. So it's a little slushy here going up and down I-15 today, guys.
All right, thanks for the heads up there, Adam. It's March 11th. We've got a few national days for you today. It's National 311 Day. I had to look this up because I mean, like the band 311?
Right.
No, not that 311.
Oh.
So you have 911. This is 311.
Oh.
And
Like information, right?
yeah, so you call in to report things like graffiti, some road damage, things on the road, noise, maybe illegal parking, stuff like that.
Sure.
That's what 3/11's for.
Nice.
So it's that day. Also National Worship of Tools Day. Okay. I can hear in my mind Tim the Toolman Taylor. Oh, you know what I mean? Worship of Tools Day. National Oatmeal Nut Waffles Day.
That actually sounds delicious.
Oh, it sounds really gross.
Maybe without the nuts.
Brian, I'm with you on that one.
Like
Yeah, no
like
way.
a good a waffle muffin thing. That sounds great.
Sure. If you're allergic to nuts, like I am, you can see
there
why
you
that
go.
would be kind of.
Okay, just ruin it.
Anyway, National Johnny Appleseed Day. I love the song. Can't remember it. Don't remember the tune, but I do love the song.
Don't even know the song.
Yep.
Love it, don't know it, but love it.
The time 5:56. GMU at 6. Coming up right after this.
Now in GMU at 6, lawmakers passed that $2 trillion relief package when the president plans to sign it.
A new study shows which age groups have gotten sick from COVID-19. Learn why researchers say it's not older adults.
Good morning. We're just hours away from the governor's weekly press conference where we expect to learn more details about how the state plans to vaccinate all Utahns. Coming up, we are live with what his office says it needs to make this plan possible.
Plus, another day of unsettled weather here across the region, as well as cooler temperatures. When can all of this go away? That's all coming up in Utah's most accurate forecast.
Live from Utah's first TV station, Good Morning Utah at 6 starts now.
Good morning, Utah. I'm Brian Carlson.
And I'm Sarah Martin. It is 6 o'clock on this Thursday morning.
And in just a matter of hours, we're hoping the governor will elaborate on the state's plan to open up the COVID-19 vaccine to every Utah adult in only 3 weeks.
So how can you do it that fast? We know the governor's office has already outlined the basics of a plan.
And so, as ABC4's Jared Judge shows us, there are still things that need to happen to get it done. He's live at the state capitol this morning. Jared?
Well, health experts say that the state needs more COVID-19 doses, and the governor's office says it expects to receive 1.5 million more first doses by mid-April, which would allow people to start registering for a vaccine on April 1st. But again, this plan is all tentative. The Utah Department of Health says the state usually receives about 80,000 first doses a week, and the Biden administration is pushing the Johnson & Johnson vaccine to distribute 1 million additional vaccines nationwide, and local health experts say they're relying on that shipment.
We're hopeful that the vaccines will flow as President Biden says they will.
Officials say the state could only receive about 840,000 doses of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, and that's because vaccine distribution is based on the adult population over 18. And Utah has about 30% of the population that is younger than 18 years old. Now, health experts are hopeful that this April 1st registration deadline will work. But again, it could take some time before folks who even registered then could get a shot. So we're just waiting to see if this plan will actually play out. Live, Jared Jotnany, ABC4 News.
All right, thank you much, Jared. And new this morning, 1 out of every 10 Utahns is now fully vaccinated against COVID-19. The Utah Department of Health reports the number of Utahns who received both doses of either Pfizer or Moderna's vaccine has now exceeded 328,000. That means just over 10% of our state's population is now fully vaccinated.
Let's take a closer look at our state's latest COVID-19 numbers. Utah reported 658 new cases yesterday, bringing our case count to 376,000. More than 902,000 vaccines have now been administered. 175 patients currently in the hospital this morning. 2 new deaths are reported. Our death toll 1,992. Let's look at our last 7 days. We're now averaging 520 new cases per day. Our positivity rate 8.6%.
And as more people get the vaccine, doctors at Intermountain Healthcare have an important reminder. Doctors say there's a 2-week waiting period after getting the shot for your body to build up immunity, which means during that time you're not fully vaccinated or protected, and you shouldn't go about life as normal. Despite orders from the CDC, Utah and several other states are planning to roll back on mask mandates, which doctors say might be too soon.
As soon as we get the disease level low enough, then we can lift some of those masking requirements.
Now, if the governor signs a bill passed through the state legislature, our state's mask mandate will end around April 10th. However, it would still apply for schools and large gatherings.
The Utah Transit Authority wants to make it a little easier for you to get to your vaccination appointment. UTA is offering free fares on the day of your confirmed appointment across all transit lines through the end of June. For more information, you can visit our website, abc4.com.
Let's check your weather here with our weather on the 4s here, Adam. It's starting to feel a little different out there today.
Well, we've had a little bit of wet weather here overnight, Brian, and, you know, we've had these kind of weird moments where we've had the scattered showers or snow showers. Then for a long time, we haven't had much in the way of anything, and then it comes back again, and that's what we're going to continue to be dealing with here. But today may be a little bit more on the unsettled side here across northern Utah until later this evening because of our new area of low pressure, which is pretty much associated here on the eastern Nevada, western Utah border, and this is going to eventually move off to the north and east, and then we've got another one that arrives. But you can see where we've had the precipitation out there this morning, and that has allowed for more snow to fall across southern Utah, eastern Nevada, portions of northern Utah, and eastern Utah this morning as it all progresses north again. And because it is progressing north, that's where we're going to get back into it a little earlier than normal of the last couple of days. Elko's still seeing some snow, though there are breaks here farther to the east across I-80. Park Valley, you'll be in the snow for a little bit longer because of a northern band of this rain and snow shower activity here. Farther south, you're seeing the snowfall across southern Utah, eastern Utah as well. If anything, it's starting to snow again here in Cedar. This has led to some issues here on I-15 northbound. 20s and 30s are your temperatures out there as well. And we're going to stay mainly in the low to mid 30s out there. We're going to continue to have some wet roads at times. We're going to stay unsettled here today, tomorrow, even into a little bit of Saturday with more snow showers, more rain showers in the forecast. You know, we have a couple of incidents here across northern Utah. They're still being wrapped up. And more or less be blown away off the map. But we're getting a little bit of a slowdown here on I-15. If we get rid of everything but the yellow, it's really starting to become a problem. So if you're heading north or south here from Cedar City or St. George, you're looking at an hour. It's 20 minutes longer than normal to get to those areas.
All right, thanks, Adam. A new study shows that Utah teens and young adults have gotten COVID-19 more often than older adults. The study, released yesterday from medical journal PLOS ONE, uses data from Utah and 5 other states. It showed that 2.2% of Utahns between the age of 15 and 24 have tested positive for COVID-19, compared to 1.1% of Utahns 65 and older.
And we're now getting a better idea of exactly how COVID-19 is affecting Utah children, especially when it comes to race and ethnicity. So from March of 2020 to today, 71,000 children from infants to 18 years old have gotten sick from the virus. Breaking it down by race, Utah had just over 1,000 cases among Black, Asian, and American Indian or Alaska Native children. Nearly 1,800 cases with the Native Hawaiian and Pacific Islander community. Non-Hispanic white children made up more than 44,000 cases.
Happening today, doctors are going to discuss how this pandemic has impacted our nation's mental health. Experts at the Huntsman Mental Health Institute say COVID-19 heightened problems involving suicide, substance use, ongoing anxiety, and trauma. Today, they'll talk ways Utahns can tackle these mental health problems during a virtual conference.
And we're now learning the name of the man shot and killed in Kearns, and police still need your help to find the shooter. Police say 32-year-old Alonzo Gerardo Garcia Mendoza of Kearns was inside a BMW when he was shot behind a church. Investigators are searching for a red Saturn seen here, caught on surveillance video, speeding away from the scene. They're also looking for one of the victim's friends, who police say shot and carjacked the driver of a white Dodge Charger.
You know, like changing lines and skipping cars. It was really fast. 20, 30 minutes later, hear the sirens. I never thought that it was going to be something that close to my house.
Now, investigators are watching nearby surveillance camera video to gather more evidence. If your camera captured anything, or if you know anything about the shooting, call police. Their number's on your screen.
A man is in custody this morning. Police say he punched a 7-year-old child at a park in southern Utah. Officers responded to multiple calls about a disorderly person at Snow Park in St. George last Thursday. Witnesses say that man punched a 7-year-old in the head. Police arrested Daniel Harley Simmons. He's booked in the Washington County Jail.
And here's an unusual rescue in Sandy. A deer got stuck in a retention pond. So Sandy firefighters shared this video of the rescue. Crews had to set up some pallets for the deer to walk on, and then they lassoed the deer to pull it to safety.
He's okay. Tourists from Utah and Arizona have filed lawsuits against the Disney Cruise Line. They claim they got COVID-19 while on a cruise last March. The tourists claim they started feeling sick while on board the cruise ship Fantasy and accused Disney of refusing to let passengers cancel or reschedule their cruises. Just one day after their Disney cruise ended, the State Department warned Americans not to travel by cruise ship. A spokeswoman for the cruise line says, quote, "We disagree with the allegations and will respond to them in court."
If you've been looking to buy a new home and are frustrated with how competitive the market is right now, you're not alone. One woman in Ogden says she and her husband have been house hunting for several months and had no luck finding an affordable house. One local realtor says there's high demand right now. Out-of-state buyers are coming in with a lot of money and scooping up the low inventory of available homes.
They have a large down payment and or can buy cash out here because of how affordable it is. And they are outbidding all of the locals here in the state of Utah. We're seeing it time and time again.
Now, the real estate experts say with the pandemic, more people from out of state learn they can work from home indefinitely and are opting to move to states with more affordable housing.
Right in Washington, the House of Representatives has passed that $1.9 trillion COVID relief bill. In addition to $1,400 direct payments, adults making less than $75,000 a year could see thousands more if they have kids. And millions of families will also get expanded child tax credits when they file their taxes.
This bill represents a historic victory for the American people.
President Biden plans to sign the bill into law Friday at the White House. Tonight, he'll give a primetime address marking the one-year anniversary of the nationwide shutdowns caused by the pandemic.
And the Kempsey C. Gardner Policy Institute there at the University of Utah held a meeting to discuss how that new federal stimulus money affects Utahns. Yesterday, experts say another round of stimulus checks will benefit roughly 85% of Utah households. What's called the American Rescue Plan also gives about $2.5 billion to Utah's state and local governments. Now, even though Utah hasn't fully recovered from the pandemic so far, experts say we've recovered substantially better than most parts of the country.
6:11 now, coming up on Good Morning Utah. A volcano erupts, a sea of lava and ash overseas where this spectacular sight took place. Crazy. And supporting local artists right here in Salt Lake City. See 2 new exhibitions open this month, coming up in a live interview.
Time now for your weather on the 4s.
All right, just about 6:14 now. Time for weather on the 4s. Meteorologist Adam Carroll. Adam, what are you seeing this morning? It sounds like you've got a little bit of snow in places, slushy roads.
Yeah, yep, depending on where you are, of course. Southern Utah's had some issues here this morning, and they're going to continue to have those as the snow continues to fall here during the coldest part of the time frame, which is right now between now and pretty much 9 a.m. But in Sundance, you've had some snow overnight as well up at Sundance. I know Park City reported 4 inches overnight. Sundance, I'm sure, has reported a few inches as well. But what a beautiful shot. You can see a little bit of actually clearing skies up there as well on that camera at Sundance. But looking at Storm Tracker radar in the area, most of what has fallen has moved off to the north. Places like Brigham City, Logan's going to see a little bit of some like rain or snow shower activity. Park Valley's in it pretty good right now, as well as Elko. But farther south is where the bulk of the energy is and the precipitation. More snow's moving into Cedar City right now, as you have had it earlier. But it's fallen pretty heavily here across I-15 over the last little while here, and has led to a very treacherous drive across I-15 between St. George and Cedar City here this morning. It's about 60 minutes both going north or south between Cedar City and St. George because snow and slushy conditions here around the Black Ridge area of I-15. But low pressure continues to spin about, bringing pockets of precipitation here, those gaps in the precipitation as well, lulls in the precipitation, and that's kind of what we've had over the last few days. And 28 in Logan, 37 in Ogden, 35 Salt Lake, 32 Provo, 37 in St. George. So it is very close to being able to mix with a little bit of rain, snow in and around St. George right now. 29 in Lehigh, 23 Park City, 28 Heber, 32 out in Tooele. We're going to continue to see those temperatures climb until about the mid-40s out there. A little bit of a rain-snow mix is expected, but as we move through time, we'll see additional development as we progress into the afternoon hours, back into northern Utah, back into southern Utah. A little bit of more rain and snow mixing in across southeastern Utah here, all the way to places like Moab It might be just a little bit too warm to see much in the way of snow, but continues to snow across Cedar City. The mountains of southern Utah will have a big break overnight tonight across northern Utah before we get back involved with it again tomorrow. As the moisture continues to spin about, again tomorrow afternoon, another round of it moves in. Eventually this low is going to track off to the east, really wall up Colorado, but we'll continue to have some back edge precipitation with that counterclockwise flow through pretty much Saturday before it pretty much winds down thereafter. So here's what you're looking at in terms of snowfall through Sunday morning. Through Sunday morning, not between now and tomorrow. So we've got several more days to accumulate this, and you may not even realize you're going to pick up that much because a lot of it's just going to melt again. But overall, you know, pretty healthy numbers here for some areas, especially central and southern Utah, but 45 in Salt Lake, 49 St. George, 53 Moab, 39 though only in Price today. As far as the 7-day forecast is concerned, morning rain, snow showers for the next few mornings, actually. Then we'll see some scattered rain showers in the afternoon as temperatures climb, but we'll stay unsettled. We'll stay cool in St. George, but Sunday looks pretty nice, 63. For the Wasatch Front, scattered snow showers today. A break tonight, scattered rain showers tomorrow, snow showers tomorrow, then maybe again on Saturday here, especially in the Wasatch bag more so than the Wasatch Front. Better Sunday and Monday. Well, let's look at some drive times here around Tooele. Also, let's also look at places like Bangalore. Things are looking smoothly out, going smoothly out there. Park City, a few extra minutes to go from Park City to Salt Lake here this morning along the I-15 corridor. Those are looking just fine in terms of drive times.
Thank you much, Adam. The time now is 6:17. The coronavirus has taken a toll on the arts here in Utah, but we're starting to see the art industry bounce back. According to the Utah Cultural Alliance, COVID-19 restrictions forced galleries and venues to close. Over 25,000 people working in the arts lost their jobs. However, businesses are starting to recover, and this year many art locations have reopened safely. One of those locations is the Finch Gallery in Salt Lake City. They have two new exhibits you can see both in person and online. So joining us to tell us more is Claire Taylor, a visual coordinator for the Salt Lake City Arts Council. Claire, thanks for being with us here this morning.
Thank you for having me.
It sounds like the arts are recovering.
They are, yeah. I think they're slowly recovering. I think as we're able to open up places and people are able to come to stuff in person, I think the arts will slowly recover.
Well, that's great. I know this is something that's taken a hit on all of us, but I know like the live performance industry, the arts industry, some of those hit most. What's happening at the Finch Gallery now? Some of those new exciting things reopening now.
Yeah, I'm pleased to say that we are opening two new exhibits this Friday, May 12th, and they'll be up through April 23rd. One of the exhibits is titled Unholy Relics, and it's by Chauncey Seacrest. And he creates sculptures made from found objects, and they're placed in glass cloches. The other exhibit is by Nate Francis, titled In Place, A Study of Loneliness in Utah Landscapes. He works in video, photo collage, combined with objects found from Utah's landscapes.
So right now we're looking at, let me just kind of let people at home know, or let you know, Claire, that we're seeing some of those images of the unholy relics here on our screen, just encased in glass. What's the kind of the you mentioned here, you're seeing unholy relics, kind of what's the idea behind this exhibit?
So Chauncey Seacrest's work, Unholy Relics, speaks to his feeling of otherness in relation to religion. He grew up agnostic and atheist, but in a very religious area, and it had often been suggested to him that he couldn't experience sacredness or reverence because of that. And so this exhibit is his response to that notion, the idea that anyone can feel reverence. And the Nate Francis, similarly, his is also an adjacent to religion. Growing up in a religion where he wasn't as accepted as gay, and coming out as gay had been a wake-up call for himself and his family. So his work is an exploration of his experiences, and he uses fragments of photo collages of his body combined with photos of Utah's beautiful but stark landscapes.
Yeah, so
and
we're
they
seeing
use
his
metaphors.
Yeah, and we're just seeing some of his work here right now as well. It feels like this is more of an abstract type work.
It is, yeah, but I mean, it's very evocative too, despite being abstract. I think there's a lot to relate to in it.
Yeah, and you mentioned there's that commonality behind them, finding sacredness with things that necessarily wouldn't be considered sacred.
And also approaching the feeling of otherness and finding a sense of acceptance and a sense of place.
So if people want to check this out, when can they show up? Where can they go? Give us some of those details there, Claire.
So they can go to our website, www.saltlakearts.org, navigate to the current exhibitions page, and we have a link there to sign up for 45-minute appointments. People can do it per household. We are making sure to sterilize in between each appointment just to make sure everyone's safe.
Well, you're doing it the right way. Talking with Claire here this morning with the Salt Lake City Arts Council and some new exhibits there at the Finch Lane Gallery. Claire, thanks for talking with us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
6:21 now. Coming up on Good Morning Utah, statewide emergency in Hawaii. See the floodwaters just ripping through towns. And the wildly popular documentary Murder Among the Mormons explores the history of a Utah con man. Hear from one of the stars of the series coming up in a live interview.
Time now for your weather on the 4s.
Let's take a look at your 7-day forecast in St. George. We'll have the next few mornings mix of rain and snow showers here. And we're pretty much right there in terms of temperature, but we'll warm during the day, so we'll transition back to showers. And this will be the case here pretty much through at least the first part of Saturday. Then we'll dry out, and we'll actually end up having a fairly decent end to the weekend. But remember, we're springing forward, so we're going to lose an hour but gain the daylight. For the Wasatch Front, scattered snow showers today, 45. Scattered rain snow showers tomorrow, 47. It'll be a little breezier here Friday, Saturday, with more chances of rain and snow showers here on Saturday, closer to 50. Better end to the weekend, then another blip in our radar with another storm system on Tuesday. We've got a couple of incidents here, one out in Erta, and there's an incident right there on Erta Way. We also have one on I-80. But before we get to those, I want to go south because there's been a lot of issues here along I-15 between northbound and southbound Cedar City to Canaryville. If you drop the greens, you can see how slow go it is because of snow in the area. Erta, that's right there on top of the accident, except I can't see the accident. Here is what we're looking at, though, at I-80 westbound here at mile marker 137. 2 lanes blocked. It is backing traffic up. That cam's not working, but let's look at a live shot right now of that. Yeah, a little bit touch and go. It's on the side of the road there. As far as drive times are concerned, well, you know what? They're a little bit slow here around I-15, and also not too bad at Park City, but If you're down at Cedar City, St. George, look at that, 65 minutes. That's 25 minutes longer than normal.
It's a long commute this morning. All right, in international news, the Biden administration is raising increasing pressure to address the surge of illegal immigrants at the southern border. The number of unaccompanied immigrant children housed by ICE now at almost 2,500, tripling in just the last 2 weeks. Yesterday, the White House laid out a plan to combat the surge while stressing the border is not open.
Working across the whole of government, we will look at access to international protection and refugee resettlement and rethinking asylum processing to ensure fair and faster consideration.
Now, Republicans like Texas Governor Greg Abbott are pinning the blame solely on the Biden administration, calling the issue a crisis. But the administration says they inherited the problem and insists it's not a crisis.
Lawmakers in Mexico have approved a bill to legalize cannabis. Mexico's Health and Justice Committees approved that bill. It states only people 18 years and older and with a permit may grow, carry, or consume marijuana. The Senate now needs to review and approve that bill. If passed, though, the law would create a huge market, which foreign companies are eager to tap.
And in a storm alert, a statewide emergency is being declared in Hawaii as they're struggling from widespread flood damage. Heavy rain prompted evacuations on the Hawaiian islands of Maui and Oahu, flooding homes and shutting down bridges and roads. Local officials are still assessing the extent of the damage and expect severe weather to continue through Friday.
Storms moving across Southern California are triggering mandatory evacuations. The same areas hit hardest by those December wildfires are in danger. 6,000 acres, just prime condition now for mudslides. So far, the mud has taken down some cars, but no injuries or serious damage has been reported.
The time now is 6:27. Still ahead on GMU, hoping for Utah's governor to update us on the plan or the potential plan to get the vaccine to all Utah adults by April 1st. Hear what we could learn more about that plan coming up later today. Plus, a new documentary on Netflix explores the crimes of a Utah con man. Hear from one of the historians featured in the series coming up right here, and a live interview on GMU. As we head out to the break, here's a live look outside. Great shot of downtown Salt Lake where a lot of those things happen. The weather on the floors when we come back.
Good morning. Coming up here on GMA, President Biden is about to sign that massive $2 trillion COVID relief package before the weekend. So how soon are you going to see your stimulus check in the mailbox? We're going to have that and so much more coming up right here on GMA.
Live from Utah's first TV station, Good Morning Utah at 6:30 starts now.
Good morning, Utah. I'm Sarah Martin.
And I'm Brian Carlson. The time 6:30 on this Thursday.
In just a matter of hours, we're hoping that the governor will elaborate on the state's plan to potentially expand vaccine eligibility to all Utah adults April 1st.
So how can you get it done so fast? We know the governor's office already outlined the basics of a plan. But as ABC4's Jared Giacchini shows us, there are still things that need to happen to get it done. So Jared's live at the state capitol this morning with our story. Good morning, Jared.
Good morning. Well, health experts say that we need more doses to get this job done, and the governor's office says that we plan to have about 1.5 million first doses by mid-April, which would allow folks to start registering for a vaccine, all Utahns registering for a vaccine come April 1st. But again, this is all a tentative plan. The Utah Department of Health says the state usually receives about 80,000 first doses a week, and the Biden administration is pushing Johnson & Johnson to distribute 100 million additional vaccines nationwide. Health officials here say they're relying on that shipment.
Of course, everything's got to go according to plan, so we remain flexible in our planning, and if projections don't come through, then adjustments can and will be made.
Officials say the state could only receive about 840,000 doses of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, and that's because vaccine distribution is based on the adult population over 18 years old, and Utah has 30% of the population younger than 18 years old. Now, again, April 1st is just a goal for vaccine eligibility to open up, but experts say that it's likely, but if that even happens, it could take some time for people to actually receive the shot. We're just hopeful that this plan actually goes according to plan. Live, Jared Jotnini, ABC4 News.
Thank you, Jared. And let's talk about the vaccine this morning. 1 out of every 10 Utahns is now fully vaccinated against COVID-19. The Utah Department of Health reports the number of Utahns who received both doses of either the Pfizer or the Moderna vaccine has exceeded 328,000. That means just over 10% of our state's population is now fully vaccinated.
A new study is showing teens and young adults got COVID-19 more often here in Utah than older adults. The study released yesterday from the medical journal PLOS ONE uses data from Utah and 5 other states. It showed 2.2% of Utahns between the age of 15 and 24 tested positive for COVID-19 compared to just 1.1% of Utahns 65 and older.
And we're getting a better idea of exactly how COVID-19 is affecting Utah children, especially when it comes to race and ethnicity. From March of 2020 to today, 71,000 Utah children, infants to 18 years old, have gotten sick from the virus. Breaking it down by race, Utah had just over 1,000 cases among Black, Asian, American Indian, or Alaskan Native children, with nearly 1,800 cases in the Native Hawaiian and Pacific Islander community, while non-Hispanic white children were made up more than 44,000 cases.
Happening today, doctors will discuss how the COVID-19 pandemic has impacted our nation's mental health. Experts at the Huntsman Mental Health Institute say COVID-19 heightened problems involving suicide, substance use, ongoing anxiety, and trauma. Today, they'll talk ways Utahns can tackle those mental health problems during a virtual press conference.
All right, let's check your weather. You know, Adam, it's starting to cool off this week.
Yeah, well, we've been cool all week long, below average, unsettled as well. The resorts have picked up here and there a few inches each and every day as well, Brian, so it's been good in that aspect, but not really anything too blockbuster. It's been one storm after another that have more or less just been bringing us some precipitation, then lulls, then some precipitation. It's really been a weird week, but our latest area of low pressure spinning about here, bringing another round this morning of wet weather to the area, both in the form of rain and snow. You can see that here in northern Utah, eastern Nevada, southern Utah, and even in eastern portions of the state. This one will exit, another one will arrive. And the northern end of it is pushing into Idaho right now, so far northern Utah might see a quick snow shower out there. Also eastern Nevada still seeing some snow falling here in that area as well. Farther south though, along I-15 has been a bit rough and tumble here as a heavier band of snow moved through just a little while ago along I-15 here just north of St. George. It's that Black Ridge area of southern Utah along I-15 heading into Cedar City has been touch and go, and Cedar City right now is snowing pretty good, and so it's accumulating on all surfaces. It's much colder down there, 27, 32 in Moab, 28 in Price, 35 in Salt Lake, so it's going to be a problem this morning along I-15. We're going to highlight that in just a second here. So slick mountain passes, scattered snow showers around, wet roads at times, low 30s for the most part. We're going to stay unsettled today, tomorrow, and a little bit into Saturday. Mountain snow, of course, some areas in the valleys are going to see some snow showers and accumulating snow. But I mentioned that we're going to look at southern Utah. Let's go south, even though we've got a couple of incidents in northern Utah. We've been highlighting those. But the drive times here in southern Utah have been really bad. Yellow right now, moderate impacts. If we get rid of the green part, you can see a good portion of I-15 between Cedar City and St. George are not looking good. Now look at that, 67 minutes to get to Cedar City from St. George, almost over half the time it normally takes.
All right, thanks, Adam. The new true crime docuseries Murder Among the Mormons on Netflix dives into the crimes of an infamous Utah con man. And this morning, we're talking with a Utah historian featured in the series who knew that man. Con man Mark Hoffman gained fame in the 1980s for getting his hands on what appeared to be all kinds of rare documents, but they ended up being excellent forgeries. Many of those forgeries documents about the early history of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. When suspicions grew about Hoffman's forgeries, he set off a series of bombs in Salt Lake City, killing 2 people. Murder Among the Mormons is #2 on Netflix right now. It is wildly popular, and it's easy to see why. Joining me to talk more about that series, Brent Ashworth, a historian and document collector featured in this series and still working in the field. Brent, thanks so much for getting up early with us this morning and chatting with me about the series.
Sure, sir. Yeah, thank you.
So, I mean, people who've watched the show will recognize you, but can you elaborate a little bit for me? How would you characterize your relationship with Mark Hoffman?
Well, I was a collector for many years before I met Mark. I met him by phone call. I called him up one day because I'd gotten his number. He had already come up with what was called the Anthon transcript and Joseph Smith III blessing when I met him in April of 1981. And I asked him if he had a letter of Joseph Smith because I'd had documents but never a letter. And he quoted me a letter that he had that said he got it from a large Texas collection. And I eventually paid him $6,000 for that letter. Turned out later, of course, that it was a forgery, but all the experts looked at it and other things that I bought over the years and declared them to be authentic at the time. And so I thought I didn't think of forgery at all. In fact, at that time, he was an excellent forger, but we didn't know that.
Incredible. So you purchased a forgery from Mark Hoffman. Do you still have that letter?
Yes. That particular letter actually was later traded because Mark wanted that one back. I have the Lucy Mack Smith letter, which is probably the most famous one that I purchased from him. And for 3.5 years, the church thought it was its earliest dated document because it's dated in 1829 from the mother of the prophet Joseph Smith to her sister-in-law Mary Pierce. And Hoffman even had the postal markings down as being accurate and so on. So it was an amazing piece of work. In fact, it seemed like every time I asked Mark for a particular item, he eventually came up with it. It's kind of like order up as I look back at it now.
Right. That was something that I found interesting about the documentary. They revisit that kind of piece. Whenever someone asked Mark for something, he could find it. So I'm curious, like the documentary process, what was it like revisiting this crazy time in Utah history and church history for you?
Well, it was a sad time for us. We had a son involved in a terrible accident, and it was a horrible time for us because he eventually passed away. It was due to partly our inattention due to the Hoffman thing that we were out of town briefly, and so it was painful in some ways. It was prophylactic in others in order to tell our story and get it out again. But yeah, I thought the documentary process was very interesting. They interviewed me a year ago, February, in my shop right before the pandemic took off in March.
Got it, right. So your shop, B. Ashworth's, is right at Provo downtown. I've been there. It's really an incredible space. We just have a couple of seconds left, but I've got to ask you really briefly, I'm sure that this time in history changed how you do your work. You're still collecting documents and artifacts. How has your skepticism maybe changed over the years?
Oh, well, we question everything now, and we like to use the word provenance. A good LDS word is genealogy. We like to have a history of each document, where they've come from and so on, as far back as we can take them physically as to who they originated with, who's had them in the meantime, and we like that kind of information as much as we can. I think institutions are also much more careful due to the Hoffman episode.
Right. All right, we're speaking this morning with Brent Ashworth. I wish we had more time with you, Brent, because I have so many more questions, but thank you for taking the time. You can find his shop, B. Ashworth's, in Provo. Thanks so much, Brent.
Thank you. Appreciate it, sir.
We all got a lot more questions. What a fun peek inside that series. You can go watch it right now on Netflix. The time now 6:40. Coming up on GMU, a volcano unleashes an avalanche of smoke in Indonesia. See the mess it created for nearby villagers. Plus, more people looking for love online. See how dating apps are cashing in from the pandemic in your Good Morning Utah Business Report.
Time now for Utah's most accurate forecast with Adam Carroll, Weather Rate certified 10 years in a row.
All right, let's check your weather. You know, Adam, we had a couple of days that really felt like spring, but now it seems like that door is starting to close again.
Well, it has, because on Saturday last week, Brian, and Monday of this week, we had 2 70-degree days, and then everything fell apart, just like it usually does.
It's just like spring in Utah. To give you just a peek, you're like, hey, take the jacket off, let's go outside, and then, nope. Not so fast, everybody.
Wait, there's more, right? Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what we've had all week long. We had the taste, and now we're back to a late winter type of setup. Bryce Canyon, though, they've had some morning snow. Not a lot, but there was some snow on the roads. And there still looks to be a little bit of snow on the roads around Bryce Canyon here this morning. Low clouds out there. You'll probably still see some snow showers here throughout the morning hours. We had a nice round of snow move through Cedar City, and you're still seeing that snow right now, but it's becoming a little bit more scattered to isolated across eastern portions of the state as well. And how about Elko? You're still more or less in some snow showers right now along the rest of I-80 all the way to Salt Lake. Much drier, and nothing like you saw earlier where you had this round of snow and rain move through the entire Wasatch Front, but it's now pretty much clearing the area with it entering Idaho in the next hour or so. It's also associated with this area of low pressure that continues to spin about. There's another area of low pressure that's going to arrive as we progress into the afternoon hours. That's going to spin up more moisture to the area where we continue to have parts of our day with not a lot going on, just a lot of clouds, maybe some sun, and then back into it again. So you can kind of more or less see the pockets of where we are seeing precipitation at the moment. 28 in Logan, 37 in Ogden, 35 Salt Lake, 32 Provo, and 37 to start off today in St. George. 30s along the Wasatch Front, Wasatch back, 23 and 27 here in Park City and Heber, 30 up in Morgan. We'll get into the mid to pretty much mid-40s here for your daytime highs, and it will stay unsettled as we progress through the rest of the morning hours as well. We will have some rain and snow showers mixing in at times into the afternoon, but we have a Thursday chill yet again. We're very much below average across central and southern portions of our state. Below average here in northern Utah. But as we move through the remainder of the day, this area of low pressure continues to push moisture into the region. We'll have a long break overnight across the north, but it'll continue in the south. It yet again becomes more widespread and scattered tomorrow, pushing more precipitation into northern Utah while we're seeing a lot more in central and southern areas of the state. But see that spin. It pushes it all back into our area again on Saturday here along the I-15 corridor. Snowfall forecast out there looking pretty good as we head through the Sunday AM. That's all of this through Sunday morning. We'll have a winter storm watch go into effect tomorrow night for the eastern Uintas. 40s and 30s, though, for most places across the state. A little bit of sunshine. We have some morning rain snow for St. George for the next couple of days. Then it will switch over to showers in the afternoon. 40s and 50s, even upper 50s by Saturday as we start drying things out, clearing things out. And Sunday looks pretty good. For the Wasatch Front, scattered snow showers, scattered rain snow showers tomorrow, more of the rain snow shower variety on Saturday. Then we dry out, clear up, looking pretty good until Tuesday. St. Patrick's Day looks drier and better. We still are cleaning up an accident here along I-80. They should have that clear up pretty soon, according to UDOT. There's also an incident, but it is now likely cleared in the Erta area along Erta Way. But let's go into the Salt Lake Valley, where you can see as the sun comes up, drive's looking pretty good out there. Smooth sailing, to say the least. So if you're heading up and down the corridor, no issues here. There are other areas of the state, though, that are having some issues this morning, including southwestern Utah. But hang around, because we are going over to the Utah CW30 at 7 a.m. for more news, weather, and traffic.
All right, thanks, Adam. Time now for news around the world. The United Nations once again calling on Myanmar's military to step aside following last month's coup. The UN Security Council unanimously calling for a reversal of that military coup and condemned the violence against peaceful protesters. The U.S. State Department reporting at least 58 people now killed in police attacks on crowds. More than 1,700 people have been arrested, including journalists and medical workers. A volcano in Indonesia unleashed an avalanche of searing gas clouds during an eruption yesterday. Officials say that eruption in North Sumatra, not deadly, but it did cause a mess in nearby villages. Mount Sunabung has been rumbling since last year, and yesterday's eruption forced a second-level alert. Authorities still monitoring that activity. Another volcano erupted, this time in Russia. Take a look at that. Red rivers of lava, orange smoke erupting on Russia's Kamchatka Peninsula. Officials say the eruption could affect nearby rivers, destroy roads. Just incredible footage of that. The last eruption here on this peninsula took place about a year ago. That's your news around the world.
And in your business news, the newly passed COVID relief bill could help airline workers. And more people are paying to find love online. Here's your Good Morning Utah business report. With fears about inflation falling, stocks have been on the rise. After a relatively small rise in February's consumer price index and the passage of the $1.9 trillion stimulus package, the Dow closed up over 464 points to hit a new record high. The S&P also closing up, gaining 0.6%. The Nasdaq closed down just a fraction. And the passage of that stimulus package also saving jobs at some big airlines. United and American now both telling workers who got notices of possible furloughs to tear them up. All told, the two had planned to furlough 27,000 workers, but the new plan includes more help for airlines. Plus, Southwest and Boeing are closing in on a deal that could be worth billions. Reuters now says the airline is considering buying dozens of Boeing's 737 MAX jets now that they are cleared to fly again. And finally, more people are paying to try and find matches on the dating apps put out by Bumble. The company says revenues jumped 31% in the fourth quarter to just over $165 million. And it now says it's nearly 3 million paying subscribers. And that's your Good Morning Utah Business Report.
Heading to Washington, the House of Representatives has passed that $1.9 trillion COVID relief bill. In addition to $1,400 direct payments, adults making less than $75,000 a year could see thousands more if they have kids, and millions of families will get expanded tax credits when they file their taxes.
This bill represents a historic victory for the American people.
President Biden plans to sign the bill into law on Friday at the White House. Tonight, though, he'll be giving a primetime address marking the one-year anniversary of the nationwide shutdowns caused by the pandemic.
And the Kemp C. Gardner Policy Institute at the University of Utah held a meeting to discuss how that new federal stimulus money affects Utahns. Yesterday, experts say another round of stimulus checks will benefit roughly 85% of the state's households. The American Rescue Plan also gives about $2.5 billion to Utah state and local governments. Now, even though Utah isn't fully recovered from the pandemic just yet, experts say so far we've recovered substantially better than most parts of the country.
Tourists from Utah and Arizona have filed federal lawsuits against the Disney Cruise Line. They claim they got COVID-19 while on a cruise last March. The tourists claim they started feeling sick on board the cruise ship Fantasy and accused Disney of refusing to let passengers cancel or reschedule their cruises. Just a day after their Disney cruise ended, the State Department warned Americans not to travel by cruise ship. A spokeswoman for the cruise line says, quote, "We disagree with the allegations and will respond to them in court."
And we're now learning of the name of a man shot and killed in Kearns, and police still need your help to find the shooter. Police say 32-year-old Alonzo Gerardo Garcia Mendoza of Kearns was inside a BMW when he was shot behind a church. Investigators are searching for this red Saturn caught on surveillance video speeding away from the scene. They're also looking for one of the victim's friends, who police say shot and carjacked the driver of a white Dodge Charger.
You know, like changing lines and skipping cars. It was really fast. 20-30 minutes later, hear the sirens. I never thought that it was going to be something that close to my house.
Now, investigators are watching nearby surveillance camera video to gather more evidence. So if your camera captured anything, you know anything about this shooting, call police. Their number's on your screen.
A man is in custody this morning. Police say he punched a 7-year-old child at a park in southern Utah. Officers responded to multiple calls about a disorderly person at Snow Park in St. George last Thursday. Witnesses say the man punched a 7-year-old in the head. Police arrested Daniel Harley Simmons. He's booked in the Washington County Jail.
And how do you save a deer stuck in an icy pond? Firefighters in Sandy faced that exact dilemma. So they shared this video of how they rescued a deer who fell into a retention pond. Firefighters set up pallets to help the deer walk out. Then they used a lasso to help pull it and then guide it to safety.
Glad he's okay. The Utah Transit Authority making it easier for you to get to your vaccination appointments. UTA offering free fares on the day of your confirmed vaccine appointment across all transit lines through the end of June. For more information, visit our website, abc4.com.
A final check in your weather this hour here, Adam.
Well, you know, we've been pretty active here this morning, especially across southern Utah. We've had a fair amount of snowfall here across portions of southwestern Utah that has actually led to significant travel issues as well along I-15. So what we're looking at the rest of the day, though, guys, is, again, a very similar setup to the last few. Unsettled, cool. We'll have intermittent snow showers here for the area. However, the only difference today compared to other days is we actually will have less of a break in northern Utah between showers, as we will see more or less intermittent and scattered showers moving into the region here early afternoon. But overall, you're looking at 30s, 40s, and a few 50s here, 49 in St. George. Morning rain, snow showers here today, tomorrow, and maybe even on Saturday with afternoon showers, but it's staying cool and unsettled and near normal for the end of the weekend for the Wasatch Front. Scattered snow showers today, scattered rain and snow showers tomorrow. Again, on Saturday possible, and then a better end to the weekend as we spring forward. We lose an hour's sleep, but gain that daylight that I know a lot of people are looking forward to. Now, as far as traffic is concerned, we do have one in and around Erda. We have one up along I-80 near Lambs Canyon. We'll get to that one in just a minute. However, it's very snow covered here along I-15 from Black Ridge to Cedar City, which is why it is a rough drive between St. George and Cedar City. We'll get to that in just a second. But There's Lambs Canyon. Let's get a live look at that. 2 lanes blocked. It looks like also maybe even that on-ramp is blocked heading westbound. However, the good news is not interrupting your drive times, which if you're looking at places like Park City, that looks fine. Not looking good. Look at Cedar City to St. George and vice versa. Not good.
Well, that's not good.
No.
Not good is not good. All right. 6:55, it's baby birthday time. This is Amy. She turns 51 today.
Oh, so cute.
She's a proud mother of the girlfriend of one of our producers, and she watches every day.
Amy, happy birthday.
She better.
Look at those little cheeks. Look at those bright eyes. She's probably still got them today.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
So cute.
Happy birthday, Amy. If you want to celebrate with us, send us your photo just like Amy did to news@abc4.com and put in the subject line, baby birthday.
All right, if you're a fan of the Disney movie Ratatouille, this one is for you. Disneyland in Florida, Disney World in Florida, I should say, they're creating a Ratatouille ride and restaurant.
Wow.
Isn't this cool?
Like a real restaurant run by rats?
Probably not run by rats. I would assume that health codes will be just as strict there as everywhere else. But the food is like the food featured in Ratatouille. So
You look like you get to ride on a rat, so, I mean, close enough, right?
So apparently the ride is going to be like going through Paris from a rat's perspective.
Oh, cool.
What took so long for this to happen? The movie's like 15 years
I
old.
think Ratatouille has had a resurgence, though. There was like the Ratatouille musical that started on TikTok.
Oh, yes,
there was like
yes.
a big TV thing. So now when you get to go to Florida.
Right, there you go. You experience it all right there. Thanks for making us part of your morning.
More local news is coming on Utah's CW30.